Hey to all the boss listeners out there, aka the Boss Brigade. Now, we had some technical difficulties while recording this episode, so we're just releasing a quick boss bite of our Cyberpunk 2077 and Game Award reactions. Hope you enjoy. Welcome to the Boss Room. My name is Alex Kaz. Tonight I'm joined by Shamster,
Rhymes with Manster.
Imamu,
Yo, yo.
Omie,
What's happening, guys?
and X-Wolf.
It's your boy.
Well, let's just get right into it. Hype block.
Hype block.
All right. Well, I think there's really only one thing to talk about. Am I right?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk
Okay.
2077.
So
There it is.
before we all get into it, and before we talk about everything going on with it, I first want to ask Imamu, how is it on PC? Because CD Projekt Red is a PC first company. They own a PC marketplace, so it's ready for PC. How is it?
The second I put the game in, of course, I went into the video settings to see what settings it's actually going to put the game in. And surprisingly, but not really surprisingly, it put everything on high settings and started off the game. Of course, I had to manipulate my body, which was amazing. The amount of details were there. I do wish there were more features with your facial and some of your body, because they
Agreed.
actually have a section where you can actually almost look like Killmonger, right? So you have all these dots all over your face, but then they don't allow that for your whole body. So I'm just like, why? It seems like one person was doing one design for the face and another person was doing it for the body. But overall, quality top notch. Everything is just beautiful. The world is just incredible. But I did have some issues while driving, and the sun hit the windshield of the car, and you can barely see what you're doing. So I might have to adjust some of the settings, but it's real. You know, if the sun is hitting your eyes, you can't really see.
So I was just saying it works well for you because you have a high-end PC, right?
Yes, I do. I could see it working for a person with a 2070 or even lower end card. But it probably won't put everything in a high setting. And I would definitely, for a game like this, um, just a regular standard spinning platter hard drive would not cut it. You definitely need a NVMe type of a card for memory, so that way it loads as quickly as a PS5.
So basically it's just a PC game. It's not really doable or feasible on the consoles right now, which is the weird part because that's where they hyped it up.
Well, I
Right.
mean, to be honest, it's not ready to be a console game. They really should have only released the PC version and delayed the console version. But, the investors needed to get this game out because it's been delayed multiple times. It's even
Right.
delayed like 3 weeks at the very end, which didn't seem necessary because it seemed like all the games were printed out and everything by then. But that does bring one point that came up was the CD Projekt Red executives. They took responsibility for all the bugginess and everything, and they decided to remove all the structure for the bonuses because basically they got the game out, and even though it was buggy, they're still getting their bonuses because it's not really the developers' fault. It's the executives that forced them to push out the game.
Yeah, but here's the weird thing with it. So it was a really successful launch in general. So that's going to justify that a lot of other games can be pushed out too quickly.
It's profitable just by the pre-orders.
Yeah, so they win anyway, and it doesn't really matter. It's going to make it worse later.
Going back to the point that Cause raised about the developers still getting the bonus. It sounds like they were gonna base the bonuses on the
Metacritic.
Metacritic, yeah. So and they hit the target they wanted. So it was basically based on them getting 90 points, and they got it. So
They
I
get
see
it?
why they got it.
They got it for PC, but for
For PC,
consoles,
yeah,
it
but
was
for consoles, yeah, they're like in the low 50s, 55, 60 around there, which will probably bring It'll probably bring down the overall score from 90. But yeah, I can see why they're still paying the developers. I mean, the game will be successful.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably have to, they're going to have to put out patches.
But it's funny. It relates directly to what we talked about last week. I think it was where Imamu said that you lose a lot of people through drop off at the beginning if you mess it up at launch. Do you think that's going to happen here?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna lose some people, especially people that are gonna be on console. I mean, I personally, I'm gonna wait at least 4 or 5 months before I pick up the game.
Yeah.
Because based on things that I've read, it sounds like people on consoles are just having a horrible time.
It's funny. I actually posted a video on the Discord channel of all the crazy bugs. Like one lady gets her face shot off and it grows back. It's like the weirdest stuff.
The bugs that I've encountered, honestly, like I kind of found a glitch in a way to fix the glitch. It's kind of weird. I haven't seen anything on Facebook or anything on YouTube or whatever.
Let's drop it then. It's a boss drop. What do you got?
Just to confirm, what console are you playing it in?
I'm playing on a P4 Pro.
Okay.
That's actually the one I know the least about. So is it good?
I mean, it's good when it comes to the game itself. It's not like, I'm not gonna see no high-end PC graphics like everybody's talking about. But when it comes to the bugs, it seems to be a lot less buggy if you play the game offline. If you play the game offline, you just like I don't blue screen. I hardly blue screen. I can play the game for like 2 hours and not one blue screen.
But do you have like cars floating around? I've seen cars floating around.
No.
I've seen like a guy peeing and like walking around and like drinking drinks and peeing at the same time.
No glitches
just
like that.
New York. I mean, that's how New York is all the time.
All right,
Yeah, so I
Very
didn't know if that was a
realistic.
bug.
No, it's not a bug. It's a feature.
Yeah, that one is. But the cars floating around isn't.
I think the good thing about it is that just given by their track record and the way that they supported The Witcher 3, I think the game after they clean out some of these bugs, it's going to be successful, and it's going to be a good game regardless of what you're playing on. Yeah.
That's the biggest format that I had. Like I knew for a fact like this wasn't going to be another Anthem. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't going to be anything close to how they destroyed the game at launch. Like I'm only 6% through the game, and I've been playing the game for like 30 hours in. Like I've been like, yeah, man, I've really enjoyed playing this game, and like it's you don't even have to do main story missions. You can just do side missions, and like you'll be all right, man.
Based on what I've read and all the reviews, it seems like the side missions are what really make the game. Like the storyline is a storyline, but the side missions are really what give the game like the edge and make actually your story. Yeah, because depending on what missions you choose, your the whole story of your game changes. So like two people can be playing the game and they could have different perspectives and different scenarios based on what missions they decide to take.
One thing I do want to say is this is still my most anticipated game to play. However, I'm passing on it for now because I saw a side-by-side comparison of the PC version and the Xbox Series X version, and it was like night and day. It was like PS5 versus PS3 type stuff. So I'm just going to wait because I want to experience it how Imamu is experiencing it, because I do have the PS5. At this point, I'd rather just wait till that patch comes out. Even if I just end up buying the PS4 version, it comes with the PS5 patch anyway. So I'd rather just wait on it and experience it in the best possible way.
Agreed. I do agree with you, and just like what Wolf was saying, it's not going to be like another Anthem, just because this is primarily a next gen game.
Yep.
And most of the next gen users have not yet received their systems yet, so it's not as widespread as Anthem per se.
Yeah.
It just wasn't a finished game. Period. No matter what console or what device you're playing it in, this is a little bit different. So I think they will get a pass for it, just because not a lot of people are getting their hands on the next gen version. If they have like a PlayStation, PS4, they probably will just wait until they get the PS5. And by the time they get the PS5, the patch will probably be already released. playing on the PC, I've already received yesterday a 30 gig patch. Insane.
I know it's ridiculous.
PlayStation got that too. Wanted to ask all of you guys, like, what's the main story that you guys are gonna start out as? Like, I started off as a city kid. Like, what are you guys gonna start out as? When you first start out the game, there's 3 paths that you can take. You can be a nomad. You can start off as a city
Street
kid,
kid or the corpo?
street kid, or the other one,
The corporate.
Yeah, corporate. Yeah.
Omie's corporate for sure.
Oh, definitely. You know, I'm going with option 3, man.
With the watch in game watch.
I decided to be a city kid
yeah, man. That's how I started out.
because I felt like it's in between both worlds. And
Probably the city.
right,
Yeah, I'll probably do that too.
yeah, I think that one seemed a lot more fun.
Fun,
It was
yeah.
surprisingly a lot of the gameplays that I've seen. It seems like they all picked the city. I haven't
Yeah.
really seen the more corporate
Nobody,
one.
nomad or corporate.
No, I haven't seen that gameplay.
Well, if I had to pick a second one, it would be corporate. So I'll do that. I'll volunteer for corporate.
Corporate actually kind of sounds like it would be fun though.
No. This is a game that I'm gonna play every
All
one
of
of
them.
them.
Yep.
It's just which one am I gonna play first? Because this is just a fun system. And
That's why for me, if I'm gonna put hundreds and hundreds of hours into it, I want to experience it the best way possible. So
most definitely.
I don't mind waiting to get a better experience out of
And I
it.
agree with you 100. Or you could just watch me play. Yeah, that's fine.
I have a question for Imamu. So you haven't experienced any issues on your high-end PC? Because I've read reviews that even people on high-end hardware are reporting performance issues.
Crashes.
I haven't
Yeah.
received any crash at all. Of course, I've seen the glitch of the ragdoll that a lot of games have,
Those are
where
the
there's a
funny
dead
ones.
body and you're walking over it, and the ragdoll kind of like sticks to you like a bubble gum.
Yeah.
I've seen I've seen that feature. I call it a feature because it's
Feature.
pretty much in every game. And I did experience lag where I was walking into a very crowded location, and it just started lagging. And it wasn't because my PC can't handle it. It definitely can handle all that, but there was definitely some issues with it. Um, but once I walked away from it, it started to play smoothly again. So there's something going on with their coding um, that's not optimized very well for the amount of artifacts that are in the screen all at once. So, but I was in a shootout, and that played just fine. There was a decent amount of people in there, but not as much as a busy street. So,
Interesting.
but that was prior to the patch.
Right.
Did you notice any frame rate drops or anything, or
That was
any?
the frame rate drop.
That's what he meant by lag.
Yeah, the
Oh, okay,
lag,
yeah.
my frame rate dropped, and then it started slowing down. And like I said, and the resolution looked like the Xbox version. And I was like, "Whoa, this is really ugly." And then
Sad.
yeah, it was very sad.
With capital letters.
Yeah, I almost threw the PC away because I'm like, you can't even handle this, you know? No, but I knew there was a problem with that. But like I said, it was prior to the patch, so I can't really judge it for now. So once I
Right.
play again with the new patch, I'll let you know. But it did play smoothly right after that scene. But kudos to a lot of the Cyberpunk guys, just because
Yeah, man.
the the gameplay that I've seen on YouTube, I was kind of like, okay, this showed me a lot of the things that I could do and decisions that I could make. But playing the game again, I couldn't make the same decisions, and I ended up in trouble. So the gameplay was really different playing throughout. So enough respect for them for having such a diverse type of game play. I think this game is revolutionary.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this game.
It's definitely revolutionary because it gives you the open franchise of combat. You don't have to
Right.
necessarily go in guns blazing. You can use your head, and you can actually come out. You can have a lethal way to kill somebody or non-lethal. That's sick.
You just have to find a freezer.
No. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, you can
No, I know.
actually make your weapons non-lethal, and you
I
can
see what you mean.
actually make people, like, you can knock people out unconscious. Like, I can shoot somebody in the head with a sniper, and like they'll be unconscious instead of me taking off their head.
To me, a lot of games are like that. Now, you're making it sound like it's more than just two main choices, like going stealth or going guns blazing. We're actually saying there's like layers to each different route you can take.
Well, you can pick like hacking and stuff too, right?
Yeah, you can hack, but I'm literally saying, like, you can put an optic on yourself, and you can make every weapon that you use a non-lethal weapons.
Do you load your M16 with rubber bullets?
Nah, man. But you're basically shooting rubber bullets, I would guess, since they're non-lethal.
One thing that I do agree with is the non-lethal aspects. It does remind me of Splinter Cell, where you can choose to kill or not kill. I think that they got a little bit of the handbook from that Splinter Cell franchise, which I really love. And
I was just gonna name games that this game just is just a cesspool of.
Go in.
Splinter Cell, Watch Dogs, Grand Theft Auto.
Yep.
What else? Borderlands.
Oh yes, Borderlands. Yeah, you're right
Yep.
about that one.
Yeah.
What about Yakuza?
I never played Yakuza.
me neither.
The overall design of the game is great. That's not the issue here.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's my most anticipated game still, but why would I play a subpar version of a game if I don't mind waiting a few months to play a better version? Because they're definitely going to improve on it. And every review that I've watched and every, analysis that I've watched of the game says that it's amazing.
Amazing when it works.
Exactly. If you can wait, just wait for them to patch the stuff out and then experience it, with it working as it should be.
Right. I think you'd be making yourself a big disadvantage of buying the game right now for any of the consoles. It is best to just wait after the holidays and just really get the best version of this game. Like I said, for the PC, for some reason, they are patching it fairly quickly. They're not going to sleep on this. So even if you decide to jump the gun, I don't think that you're in the worst hands with this studio. They are very passionate about that title, and they really want to see this thing progress. And they're definitely gonna keep adding more patches and more worlds, more features. So this is such a big moneymaker for them, and the amount of years that they've spent building this game out, they're not gonna let this thing just go to the crapper. No way.
Yeah, because it took like 8 years.
Right.
If you start the game off and you look at your map, just zoom out and see how much black there is, bro.
Yep.
This game is gonna be huge. I spent most of my time my time in that one area that's on, like, when you start off. I'm not gonna show out any spoilers, but like there's this one first area that you start off at, and you basically can do a whole bunch of side missions there, and do all this extra stuff. And I've just been there most of my time, so I've spent like 15 hours in one city area.
So one thing that the developers said that they used two different methods of map building. Grand Theft Auto used more like
Flat.
A flat world, where this one is using more like a
Layered.
vertical world building. So one building could have multiple floors and all of them look all different. And each floor theoretically would have been like one section for Grand Theft Auto. So
Yep.
if you actually decide to, take the cards out, which would be the buildings like a deck, and then spread them out, this world is way bigger than you think.
Wow.
And usually you go across the city, and you'll see a building or a door that you would want to go in, and chances are you can't go in through that door because that door is not supposed to be open. Not in Cyberpunk. If your tech is high enough, oh yeah, you could definitely hack your way inside that door.
Oh, that's dope. That is so dope.
It's sick.
And one thing that I did, I was playing a scene, and you have to go in and negotiate for this weapon. And there was actually multiple ways of getting this weapon from them, a non-violent way or a violent way, or more or less negotiating. And if you actually start off with a mission before that where they actually give you another negotiating skill of giving you the card to negotiate again with another gang member to actually get the weapon non-violent, it's so deep. Like I've never played a game where
Thanks.
yeah, I've never played a game where you actually could use one mission to help you achieve the goal to another mission to not become violent or to get it in a different way. Way different.
That's awesome. I'm happy that you said that because I'm actually seeing how the game can actually be rewarding in a non-lethal way, because there's certain missions that a person might ask you to do, and you can see on your dossier like what type of mission it is, and if you actually don't kill in that mission, you actually get more credits, you get more chances of getting rare components and stuff like that. So I'm pretty
Right.
happy that you said that, because I'm kind of before the mission that you just now spoke about. So like you
Gotcha.
passed me.
Well, that's the beauty of this game. There is really no passing. Like
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
jump to one mission way ahead or way before me. So
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. The only difference is like the amount of credits you already have will determine how far along you are. Not just how many missions you've accomplished, if that makes sense. So it's very deep in that way. So like you're saying, I want to do a lot of missions, side missions, build my guy and upgrade. But one thing I don't like that they mention is once you design your avatar, you can't really change that
You
avatar
can't change
afterward.
him. Like I don't know what's going on with that.
Hopefully they'll patch that in.
I've made a mistake where I thought it was cool. I'm big into wolves. I love wolves. So you can make your
Wolf.
fingernails,
X-Wolf.
long. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I gave my guy some silver fingernails, like some rare wolf kind of, you know what I mean? And I made them long. And I thought that I could go back, you know what I'm saying? Go to like a barber shop or something, like some
I
kind of
know.
way that you
I
could
I totally
respect.
get you. Yep.
Like, come on, dog.
You gotta hack your way into it.
I thought you could have like gone to like another shop and get some
Shop.
more tattoos or something like that. They said nope. Once your avatar is locked in, that's about it. Which is I think is a flaw. That
That's
shouldn't
definitely a
be.
flaw. They'll fix that. They have to.
We'll see how it goes because I want to see based on your characteristics, does it actually change any part of the game? That would be pretty interesting.
So I did want to say a couple things about this. First of all, Witcher 3, same developer, CD Projekt Red, is one of my favorite games of all time. And it came out in 2015, but I didn't play it on the PS4 until 2016. So, they'd released a lot of different patches and, perfected the menus and done a lot of things to, you know, increase the experience. So that, knowing that if I wait, it could basically be one of my favorite games of all time, you know, that's great. So I'm still very excited about it. And one thing Imamu was saying was the PC version is getting patched very quickly. Now, the reason I believe that's happening is because basically the PC version is the closest version that's, fully complete, quote unquote. And they'll perfect that version so then when they port it or update the code to the PS5 version and the Series X version, it will be based off of that PC version and will use ray tracing and all of those extra features. So those are sort of two things that I think about CD Projekt Red. Omie, you had something to say too?
Yeah, so apparently people have been playing this on Google Stadia, and it may be hard to believe, but the Stadia version seems to be a lot more stable than playing it on consoles.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to bring up that some people have been playing it on Google Stadia as well, and they seem to be reporting that the version on Stadia is way better than playing it on consoles, and I guess that's because it gives you performance tiers based on the internet connection you have, and also the hardware that you're running on your PC, on your console. That is. So yeah, Stadia hasn't had the greatest greatest reviews, but apparently Cyberpunk is actually pulling them up because people have been actually enjoying playing the game there. So I may actually give that a try and see how that plays out before I actually go out and buy the game on console. So I'll stay tuned for that, guys. I'll let you guys know how that goes.
If you buy Stadia or if you buy Cyberpunk on Stadia, you get Stadia for free. Like you get the
Right.
controller and the Chromecast. So if
That
you
is
do end up
awesome.
doing that, you'll just get it. So that's pretty cool.
And I'm not too surprised by that either, because the Stadia is actually playing off of a PC. It's just
Yeah.
remote. So
Right.
theoretically, if it works well for the PC, it should work well for the Stadia, and it's only limited by your bandwidth and the ping. But yeah, that's great to hear.
Yeah, they're also going to be Google promised iOS support in the coming week, so we should see people playing it on mobile phones and iPads pretty soon as well. That's going to be pretty cool.
Is there going to be an app, or is it going to be similar to what Amazon's doing with Luna, where they just have it playable in the browser?
Yeah, it's just going to be a browser thing. I mean, they probably will release an app, but I don't see why they would do it. You can just play it on Chrome on your
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, I don't think you'll need an app, because the app would pretty much act like a browser, right? So
Right.
why pay Apple extra money
Yep.
for
Yeah.
something that you could get for free from a browser? So yeah, I could see them just getting a browser and being done with that. Because right now there's a huge fight between Apple and the fees charged for the service, and they want money for
Never-ending fight. Yep.
yeah, exactly. So to avoid it, just use a browser.
I had a question for X-Wolf about something he said a while ago. You said that you could turn the internet off and it seems to optimize the performance. What's the internet actually even used for when you are connected?
I really don't know, because you're signed in to some kind of, I don't know, like I don't know what they called it. I recently loaded it up. It's like a website thing or whatever the case may be. You can scan your barcode to give you a reward for it. But other than that, I really don't know what it's hooked up to.
Maybe it's still sending statistics to their server, seeing how well it's playing, if you're getting any bugs. Because I'm pretty sure that's how they're getting most of their information
And
on
feedback.
bug fixes. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's always communicating with the mothership.
It'd be cool if it connected to the internet, did things like it pulled in real-time weather data from wherever you are, and it made it like that in the game, stuff like that. But I didn't know if it did that or just kind of like you said.
No, it
record it.
definitely does not. The time is not synced either. You could stay standing and the time's still progressing, or you pause it, or you skip time.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can skip time, so it's kind of cool. They have time-related missions, which is kind of cool. Like you got to be here between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. You know what I mean? Like that's
How's the
sick.
soundtrack on there?
Amazing. If you like rock music.
Did they adjust it to seem like it's like rock from the 2077s, or is it just kind of like today's?
No, it sounds like today's heavy metal, and sometimes if you go to
Industrial, right?
yeah, if you go to the urban area, you hear the booty songs. And there's some hip hop stuff. So they're keeping it very diverse. So
Diverse.
I haven't So I haven't visited most of the sections, but I walked into like a club and they were playing like Spanish music, which was pretty cool.
Yep.
So for some reggaeton and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, this is pretty awesome. I think they're bringing in a lot of artists into this world too.
They gotta bring Bad Bunny in.
My guy.
That's the leader. That's the leader of the wave right now. That's the Drake.
Reggaeton pa los tigres.
He was
There
number
you
one.
go.
He was number one on Spotify this year, most streamed artist.
Wow. No, they're gonna bring in a lot of artists, and I guarantee that.
Yeah, I know. Run the Jewels is on one of the songs.
Yes.
I got a question for you, Imamu. When you get into your car, what radio station do you put on? Do you remember?
I usually don't change the radio station. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
drive to my destination. But
Do they do talk shows and stuff like they do in GTA 5?
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of hear
After a radio
commercials.
station plays off a while, you'll start to hear some funny stuff pop in. Definitely.
But the driving is very smooth, and I do like the Tesla feature of, you just call your car and
Call
it
your
just
car.
comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
It sounds like how you can call how Geralt in The Witcher can just call his horse Roach at any point.
yeah, that's kind of what.
Yeah.
At one point,
Definitely what it
I
is.
think I was talking to someone, to your partner, and I hit the car and I forgot about it, and I realized that traffic was building up. I'm like, why is there traffic? And my car was parked right in the middle of the street, just waiting for me. I'm like, whoa, my fault.
I got something funny to add to that, man, because whenever all right, so you get your car, you go to your mission, and then you end up somewhere around the block, I don't know, and you just don't know where your car is. Just follow the traffic, because most likely that's where your car is. It's funny. It's funny,
Yeah,
man.
and
That's pretty funny.
for some reason, I think I parked the car, and then I turned around, and my car was gone. And I'm like, did this steal my car? And and for some reason, the system did not keep it there. It just went away. Like it just goes and park itself. But I didn't even see it drive off. Did you encounter anything like that?
Uh, no, nope. Just I end up just stealing other people's car, to be honest with you. Like
Wait,
I hardly
what?
drive my car. Yeah, I take other
You're a
people's cars.
non-lethal person stealing cars.
Not lethal, my what? Listen,
Hey, there's nothing lethal about stealing cars
Yeah,
unless you're
that's
killing
Depends on
someone.
how you steal it, because he's probably like shooting people. But
nah,
my
man. I'm
missions
throwing
are
people out of
clean.
cars. Oh yeah.
Okay, I have not done that yet. No.
You have to upgrade either your strength or your tech to actually get like really nice neon looking cars with the backlight. You know what I mean? Looking like it's Acura. Those type of cars. Yeah, you gotta get up there.
Oh, I didn't know you have to steal those cars. I thought you could just level up to those cars.
I don't even know if you could level up to those cars. I didn't get that far yet.
Gotcha.
If you steal a car, can you make that your main car?
No, but that car does not go away. If you steal that car and you run 3 miles down and run 3 miles back, that car will be right there. It won't disappear. It's nothing. But if it blows up, yeah, that's it. It's over.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But you don't have that car in your inventory or anything like that.
No, I want to learn how to. Like if you
Gotcha.
can upgrade your, quick call car or whatever you call that thing, and if there's different options or a car shop. There's no car shop. I haven't seen a car shop yet. So like, yeah.
One of the craziest things is 6 months from now, this game is going to be drastically different with
Oh
the amount
yeah.
of features they're going to be adding into it.
Oh yeah.
So that's very exciting.
I can't wait for the online. I can't
The
wait.
cool thing is like the way you meet your friend. It's kind of funny. Um, when you were ready to take a vehicle and that's how you guys meet. I don't want to
Yep.
spoil anything in the beginning, but it's the way they build the characters is pretty organic.
Yeah.
And they're doing an excellent job with that. So you know who's on top, who to not mess with, who's a sleazy person who you shouldn't do business with. So your
Yep.
dialogues will be a little bit different if you're cautious
Right.
or if you're more aggressive or you don't want to take the deal. And the fact that it seems like you could talk to anyone, but not
Yep.
everyone want to talk to you. So it's pretty
That
cool.
that has a high thing to do with intelligence. If you increase your intelligence, you get to say a lot of dialogues that you wouldn't normally see if you just
Gotcha.
started out the game.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, intelligence actually plays a big part into that type of role.
So I cannot wait until they make this thing online so that way we all can play together in some way.
Yeah, man,
Oh,
that'd be
that's gonna
sick.
be great. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not going
that's
to be
gonna be
until
sick.
2022. Next topic is the Game Awards, which was so in my opinion, but a couple of big announcements were the new Smash character, which is Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
What?
Another big
Yes.
announcement. Another big announcement was the new Perfect Dark game, which has been announced.
Yeah, that looks good.
Besides that, the only other thing that really looked good to me was this game called Back 4 Blood, which is basically like a Left 4 Dead game. So that comes out
Ooh.
next year, and it looks really good.
I think they had a lot of beautiful games, but the kid in me was more excited for Ghosts and Goblins. Ghost. They actually did a remake of it. Did you actually see that?
I didn't see the awards.
Oh, you didn't.
I saw it. I thought the Ghosts and Goblin games didn't look that good. I thought, the 16-bit game looks better, but
I thought it looked good, and it looks as annoying as it did before, where
yeah,
you
I'm
will
still not
die a
getting
million
it.
times. I think I will just get it if it's on a disc or something like that.
I think
'Cause,
I think I
I just want to
remembered
own
you.
something.
I think I remembered you seeing you playing that game when we were kids. Is it the one where you throw the spear?
Yeah.
You throw the spear and some axe
Ah,
and
yeah,
some yeah. I never beat
yeah.
that game, and it's one of my.
You had it on the
Uh,
Neo Geo, right?
I had it on the Neo Geo. Yes, I did have. Did I have it on the Neo Geo? No, not the Neo Geo.
We had X-Men on the Neo Geo. Yeah, there you go. X-Men.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think they had it on Nintendo as well. I think they put it on a lot of consoles actually.
Nice.
Yeah, but it looked good. I mean, I'm gonna definitely pick it up if the price is right.
Yeah, one thing that I want to add about the Game Awards is announced a Cyberpunk 2077 car for Forza Horizon 4. That'll be released on December 11th. That actually looks pretty cool.
No way.
Oh, that's dope.
You know I'm a big fan of that, so definitely can't wait.
Did you see that game called Season?
I don't remember
You're
that
like
one.
you explore the heritage or something like that. I don't know. I just
Hmm.
wondered what it was because it was the most unique one that I noticed, but it was so low key you probably didn't even notice it. But it was cool. It has a cool soundtrack. It's like you're riding a bike and you take pictures of different cultures or something like that. I don't know. It's just that's the one that kind of stood out as the most unique. It's a PlayStation. I think it's exclusive to Sony, so I think it's their game.
The game Returnal, which is a PS5 exclusive, got a release date of March 19th. That game, to be honest, the gameplay looks really good, but just the name
Love the
sounds.
name. Love
The
the
name
name.
is so stupid that I don't know if I could play it.
Returnal. Well, maybe it's someone. Maybe it doesn't mean what you think it means.
Well, what it looks like it's just a third person but rogue-like game because you keep returning to the same spot or whatever. And then my guess is you keep returning until you level up, and that's what it looked like to me. It looks kind of cool, but
It sounds like a Dark Souls match with Prince of Persia.
What did you guys think of It Takes Two? That was a beautiful trailer that they showed with a husband and a wife. They're having like some marital problems,
oh
and I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
they got stuck in a story, and they have to make it through together. I thought that was a very, very clever looking game.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
What was that called? What's it called?
It Takes Two.
I don't remember that one. I'll have to look that up.
It's beautiful. And what did you guys think of Evil West? A new that one looked funny.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm really into that game, but
Hmm.
it looked interesting.
It kind of looked like a Devil May Cry, but in the Wild Wild West version.
What was that one where the rabbits were fighting everyone, like with like mech suits or something with guns? It was like these rabbits jumping around with power ups.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
I forget what it was called. It looked cool.
There was a game that actually looked pretty cool. It was called Crimson Desert, and it's really hard to describe the game, but just when I watched the trailer, it looked pretty good.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I remember now. It's the It Takes Two. That's the one that had like the Book of Love, like narrating the story or something like that. Yeah, I kind of remember that one. That one looked pretty cool, actually.
It looked very unique, and nothing could beat
Yeah.
the announcement of New Among Us map. But
Of course.
I was actually playing that before I jumped in here.
Oh, one other quick thing that they did announce is next summer. I know Omie is excited about this. They announced Flight Simulator for the Series X.
Man, I cannot wait. I'm so hyped. I cannot wait. That game is amazing, and having it on console is just gonna be so good. I cannot wait to play this.
Are you going to use your or what is it, the Elite controller on that?
Yeah, of course I am, dude. There's no other way of doing that unless you actually buy the the pilot setup. Yeah.
So are you the type that actually fly in real time? If it takes 4 hours to get there, you're gonna sit at your
Oh,
chair
yeah.
for 4 hours.
Oh yeah. I mean the other version of Flight Simulator, I was flying all over the planet, dude. I love Flight Simulator. That's my game. Yeah.
Another game that I found very interesting would be Road 96. Um,
Oh yeah.
yes, and that game looked really massive, and it just looks beautiful. I think a lot of these developers are becoming so creative, and it looks so masterful. Most of those games that they're launching, so I can't wait. It look like 21 is gonna be a masterpiece of games that's gonna launch.
The whole storyline of the road trip, trying to escape the country and turmoil, that's great. That sounds like it's going to be a great game, and I think the trailer pointed that out as well. I'm probably going to play that. That looks pretty cool.
Yes.
One other game that none of you guys have mentioned is season 3 for Fall Guys. Come on, you guys are PlayStation guys.
Fall Guys?
Fall Guys, I do love that game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I never heard of it. Now I'm starting to take an initiative that when games come out, the graphics that you're seeing is most likely PC graphics. It's not console graphics at all. I'm just seeing everything as in PC graphics. This game has been, what you're seeing right now is PC graphics. That's just how I'm looking at games now. When it comes to graphics, not gameplay. Just graphics.
Well, yeah. X-Wolf, actually, there was an announcement that you would be interested in. So, obviously, Monster Hunter Rise is a game that's coming out next year in March, but they announced that there's a demo coming out in January of 2021.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice.
So we can talk about it even earlier.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, well, I had remembered that you said
Love
you were
Monster
looking
Hunter.
into that. Yeah. So, I wanted to mention that Master Chief has also been announced for Fortnite. So
Yes, I did see that. That looks weird. Hopefully, the I just don't want to see him doing any dance moves. Just like they messed up my Kratos. They messed him up so badly. I am so upset because they're making Kratos smile while doing some of these crazy moves. That is so creepy.
Now.
Yeah. Very, very creepy. And
they wrote
and
it
I
for
can't
you?
imagine Master Chief doing the same thing. Yeah, they kind of did. I can't look at him. I can't look at him the same.
You can't
they
unsee
ruined my
it.
guy. No, I can't. And I almost went through without seeing it until my son was just like, "Dad, you're gonna love this." And I'm like watching it, and I just couldn't stop watching. I'm like, "This is horrible," but I just cannot stop looking at it.
He was wearing a tutu, wasn't he?
No, he was wearing the regular Master Chief.
Yep.
Not
green
Master
armor.
Chief. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about Kratos was wearing the tutu.
No, Kratos was not wearing a tutu.
Yeah, he's wearing his regular stuff. He even has
What are you watching?
the headless guy on his hip.
Maybe it was Photoshop job for the meme, but I'll send it to you.
I have one more game to mention. Oddworld Soulstorm. That looks actually pretty cool.
Thank you. This is one of my favorite franchise to
You like Oddworld?
play. I love it. I've played every Oddworld.
I love Oddworld. Well, I played 2 of them a lot, but the rest I didn't.
You know which one I wish that they did a remake of? Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. I know they brought it for the PSP.
I thought they just did.
Yes,
no, they brought it for the PSP, but they never made a second one.
Is that the cowboy? Is that the cowboy one?
That's the cowboy one that grabbed these.
Sick.
That was such a clever game.
You using bugs, using different type of bugs for ammo. Come on, dog. Like that game was.
I actually beat the game and I was waiting for the second part, and I never got it.
That was one of the first games that had a sprint that made him run like an
animal, like
an animal. Like it was so sick, man. Like that was a beautiful game. That was
even for its time. I think the graphics and the explosions was just bar none the best game I've ever played, and it was really finished.
Oddworld has great graphics. It's just one of the one. Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
Oddworld has an amazing storyline, like
Right.
really deep.
Yep.
Like whoa.
Yeah, Oddworld, when I was playing the game and I found out where the food came from, I was just like, no, they did
Oh
not
my
do
god.
that was brilliant. They did such a great job. That's when I was just like, I really gotta get out of here. This is insane.
Yeah. I was one of those first games that I really felt bad every time you lose somebody. You save somebody, and then you got to sacrifice some people to try to get through. Man,
And it looks like this version, they're gonna make you sacrifice hundreds of people. Just from
Yeah.
the trailer alone, they probably killed 100 people just watching the trailer. So
that's crazy.
yeah. So what do you think of the Last of Us winning so many categories?
I expected it.
Yeah, it
It's
was
good.
actually
I don't care
getting
what
my
anybody
son
says.
very upset because he was just like, "Come on, are they gonna grab everything?" And I said, "Have you played the game? I understand not a lot of people really liked it, but
That's
it
because
was
they're just
it was
yeah, it's good.
masterful. It was
It was.
beautiful. The storyline was there.
The animations, everything.
Just
Yeah,
as a game itself, beautiful, beautiful game. But
beautiful.
it's just the Last of Us 2 kind of struck me in a different way, just in a different way. But when it comes to gameplay and storyline, amazing, just amazing, masterpiece.
Thank you for listening to The Boss Room. You can find us on Twitter at @the_Boss Room and also our YouTube channel if you search The Boss Room. My name is Alex Kaz. I want to thank everyone else. Shamster, Imamu, Omie, and X-Wolf. Have a great night, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
So yeah.
We out.